Welcome back to Season 2 of Sailing Sitka. We are Jay and Kenna, two young Canadians who stepped outside the box of comfort and decided to act on their ambitions of sailing around the world. We first set sail from Victoria, BC, Canada, and have been adventuring around Mexico ever since. In this season, we'll be sailing on, further south and closer towards our dreams of exploring everywhere the sea touches. So sit back, subscribe, and enjoy the ride. Okay, we need to leave. We need to leave now.
Yeah, it's getting freaking mental in here. I'm still questioning my decision. Like, it was pretty sketchy, honestly.
Oh.
It's not the kind of trip you bring grandma on. It's a little rough. Okay, we gotta get going here.
Good morning, you guys. We're off to the races pretty early this morning. We're about an hour outside of Loretto. We need to reprovision pretty desperately. Agua, food, diesel, propane, friggin' everything. We need a land trash like no tomorrow. We need to get everything done, and we need to get it done today because Loretto seems to be pretty notorious for its anchorage. Seems to be not that protected for 3 out of the 4 wind directions. So we need to get all of our reprovisioning done today so that we can lift hook tomorrow and get the hell out of Dodge. Should be a really busy day. It's about 7:30 in the morning right now. I just told them everything we have to do.
Oh yeah. And like it's tell them it's like not really a protected anchorage.
Yeah.
I think we said that a few times. We'll see how it feels when we get there. Predict wind says 15 knots coming in. Windy says like 7. It's really hard to tell, really. It was insanely windy yesterday here, and today's like the calmest day until Wednesday, and today's Sunday, and we just can't wait till Wednesday. Like we need stuff. Hopefully we can spend the night there. The conditions get dead at night here, so that's not too bad. So the daytime's not too hectic. We're gonna spend the night there. There's a super protected bay right there where the sun is shining called Bandra, and it's protected from everything but the west basically, and it looks like paradise in there. So and it's gonna blow the next few days, so we're gonna go hide in there tomorrow and probably spend 2-3 days. Like we need a spot where we can just chill, and like we've been go the last like 5 days, like switching anchorage every day. So we're looking forward to just like relaxing in a really nice pristine cove.
We were excited to get to Loretto. Cruising down the Baja has its perks, but what it doesn't have is grocery stores, or is very limited in areas with water or diesel. These are some of the things sailors have to plan and think about nearly all the time. Especially with us not having a water maker aboard Sitka, getting low on drinking water can be scary at times, but we do manage and have been for over a year now. This guy just carried our bins here and then put us in the back of this truck. It's actually kind of nice, to be honest. I hope he doesn't charge a lot. It'd be nice if he was just being a freaking beauty, so we'll see. But yeah. One in Mexico, baby. is from Sherwood Park. It's like, what? Because I'm originally from Lacombe, and that's like, it's nothing between those two. So it's, yeah, it's friggin' weird. Life is crazy. Imagine doing this in Canada. I friggin' love Mexico. All right, fuel was a success. It's rolly as hell here, you guys. It's like La Cruz, seriously. But good thing we're trained because we stayed in La Cruz for 3 months. So obviously this is not as bad to us, but it still makes doing stuff kind of a nightmare. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna store these and then we're zipping right back in for groceries.
In the end, we paid Pedro a couple hundred pesos for his kind generosity. By the time we got back to shore to do groceries and drinking water, he went on with his day. So we were back to our regular programming, which was walking and carrying many bags of provisions by hand. The grocery store ended up being a few clicks into town. So we grabbed a taxi to pick us up at the store and give us a ride back to the marina where our dinghy was tied up. Provisioning on a sailboat is a sport in itself. If you are a cruiser, then you can understand the numerous dinghy rides, long walks, and stress it endures, especially when doing it all in an unprotected anchorage. By the time we got back to Sitka, we noticed the wind had started gusting into the high 20s, and we knew we were about to get ourselves into a sticky situation.
Okay, we need to leave. We need to leave now.
Yeah, it's getting freaking mental in here. We need to dip like yesterday right now. It's gonna be a nightmare pulling the anchor in these conditions. I almost broke my back foot and getting back on.
We came directly after groceries here and we were gonna go back to eat and like explore for a bit. We literally would not leave Sitka. Like, look at these. Like, it's insane. We gotta like lift and go right now. So we're actually sailing to our next anchorage. It's about an hour. No,
so 2.5 hours.
2.5.
Okay, we gotta get going here.
Perfect. Yep.
Green water over the entire Dodger. You can see the water still leaking off. And like if I would have been sitting there, I would have been soaked. So I think we made a good call to leave. It was gnarly, guys. Like a little bit more than that, we would have been stuck there because it would have been too dangerous to pull the anchor. And honestly, I'm still questioning my decision. Like, it was pretty sketchy, honestly. We should have left like an hour before that, but yeah, we had just came back for all the groceries, so we had to like dip there and then, but everything takes longer than you think it will. And this is like more wind than predicted, obviously, as per usual.
And it was sketchy with the wind predicted, so this is stupid.
Well, and we could tack our way there, but guess what? It ain't happening. We're like so tired right now. We've been go since 6 a.m. This is the first thing we eat. So we're just gonna motor. We got tons of diesel right now. We're just gonna burn through a bit of diesel because we kind of overfilled the tank anyways. That's where it was going up the site too. So yeah, that's where we're going. That's the promised land. It says Porto Balandra is a picture-perfect cove protected from nearly every direction except the west. That'd be nice.
When leaving Loretto, the sea state got worse quickly. We were taking on steep and square waves onto our beam, making for an extremely bumpy ride. The Sea of Cortez is notorious for its challenging sea conditions during its northerly blows, and when not sailing downwind can make for a very struggling sail.
Where we're heading is a bay right in the crack in those rocks. So I'm trying to head a bit upwind of it so that I can kind of surf these waves in and get out of this shite. We need a break. Oh damn, that's gonna be a big one. Oh, Sitka handled it well. Sky, water. Sitka does surprisingly well in these. Like once in a while we hit one wrong, but most of the time like she can handle herself. It's not the kind of trip you bring grandma on. It's a little rough. But we're excited to be in there, honestly. I'm exhausted right now. We just need to chill for a couple days. Yeah, it's been very go, go, go the last few days. It's gonna be nice to enjoy surveys on the beach. And pump out the engine bilge because water went in there. So we got water in the engine bilge. And not a lot, like just a little bit, but I'm gonna pump that out back to the main bilge and pump her out once we're there. At least there's no oil or anything, it's just salt water. Alright, so we're about half a mile here from the entrance and it still looks like just a wall of rocks, but you can kind of tell there's an entrance there. Yeah, there's a tiny thin channel in here, so like that you have to maintain inside here, so we're trying to line ourselves up here. The waves have calmed down quite a bit now that we're like in the lee of this point. Still some waves, but nothing like we had just 2 seconds before. So yeah, we're gonna keep an eye out. Gotta look at like right now we're aiming at the southern point, and then we have to like ride into it. Like the channel kind of goes like this, and then we're anchored in the bay up here.
Wow.
Finally, we were out of the thick of it and starting our approach into Porto Balandra. I don't think I've ever been so excited and relieved to be dropping the anchor in a protected bay. The wind stayed consistent until later into the evening, but with zero sea state within Balandra, it made for a very comfortable spot to stay for the next little bit. Considering the day we just had and all that we accomplished, it was early to bed for this crew aboard Sitka.
Hello, chicken nuggets. All right, so we're a little more rested now.
We had a beautiful night's rest, the first since when?
I don't know.
Yeah, we needed it.
Today we tried our hand at fishing this morning. Was unlucky,
Unsuccessful.
but we were told by our boat neighbor yesterday that they did see mahi in here chasing some fish. So maybe we'll have luck tomorrow, because tomorrow we will be sailing out of here, because it's our only window with wind to dip out of here, or else we're going to be stuck here for a few more days. So we're going to sail down to Porto Escondido and get a mooring ball. There's no anchoring there. Well, you can anchor apparently, but then they charge the same fee as getting a mooring, so might as well just get a mooring. And the fee, if it hasn't been updated, is $1 a foot per day, which is expensive because it's in US. So that's $41 US a day to be on a mooring, which is kind of nuts. But they have a thing where it's $3 a foot for a week, so we might do that because we have quite a few things to do. The boat, we need to get propane, we need to do laundry, all things we can do there.
Let's talk about Loretto though.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was
like
a nightmare.
Absolute nightmare. I know it's a beautiful town and such, but like the fact that there's no like in the summer months or like in the late spring, I get like when there's southerlies, it might be a bit different. But right now with the northerlies blowing almost every day and to 20-25 knots, it's just horrendous. Like it's actually dangerous. Like,
it was scary, you guys.
It was
actually.
It was scary. Like it was, yeah. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend going early in the morning if you really don't have a choice, and then dipping by 10 a.m. max. Because like 11:30, like that hour and a half made like it became hell. And it was so windy that I had the engine engaged in forward to pull the anchor, and that was still not enough. But then like once I got the anchor out of the bottom of the ocean floor, then the boat's moving in a direction, right? And it's like not enough to beat the wind. So like I'm worried because we're close to shore, like where we're anchored, like you're really close to shore. So I'm like looking around trying to get the anchor secured and then like run back to the helm basically and get us the hell out away from there. And then the passage over, you saw, it was pretty brutal.
It was bad.
But then when we got in here, it was like super calm, super nice. The only problem with this anchorage that you might be noticing is there's all these like flies, like big flies. And we used Starlink yesterday to go on the internet and Google like natural traps. They don't work. Like these flies are attracted to everything but anything that we put in there that's a trap. They just go on our skin everywhere. Luckily, they go to bed at night.
Yeah, they do.
They actually do. So around 8 p.m., they just disappeared, but they came back this morning. They don't bite or anything, so they're just more annoying than anything else. But yeah, that's pretty much the update. We just purged our diaphragm pump that's been like acting up the whole time, and we couldn't use, which is a nightmare because that thing makes our bilge like a lot more friendly at sea, where we can just switch that on, empty it completely dry, and then like get like several hours of not having to worry about the float switch going on and off. And then so then we leave the bilge pump in auto in that sense, and then have to just How long did you have to hold it? I didn't know you were filming.
The secret's out. Jay doesn't know how to use crazy glue.
The fly was on my leg. Get the captain same time.
What are you doing?
Kenna made this for me a while ago for my birthday. And now I'm finally putting it up. I just had a moment of clarity and figured out where to put it.
It only took you 2 years.
Not our typical gorilla strong.
It's koala.
It's koala strength. Koala hug strength.
It's koala loca.
Koala loca. Not recommended. It's our boat. Sitka.
Yeah. Aww.
It's our boat.
You're cute.
Look how much prettier that looks now.
Are you gonna test it?
We see it from outside. It's our home. Our home and native land. Here she is.
I made this before we sailed offshore, way before.
Yeah.
I made that when I sailed maybe like 3 times, so there's some things on there that are not that accurate. Disclosure.
The day faded into night, and we watched the sunset in this secluded anchorage we had to ourselves. Tomorrow we adventure further south, and here's to hoping it's not as a bumpy of a ride as we had yesterday. Thank you for watching, and we hope you stick around for next week's video. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Sailing Sitka. Stick around for more to come. If you enjoyed, please spread the love and let us know. Special thank you to our Patreon members for making these videos possible, as well as helping our dreams come true. See you all next week.